Hey, 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 hey. So I'm back with another episode. Just me. It's all me. Just me. All alone. Solo dolo. Chalk is on the go. Yo. So I want to address all these comments about your boy Joel Embiid about how he shouldn't have been playing and this, that, and the other. He also has the right to say, hey, you know what? I don't feel like playing. I'm not going to get in the game. I'm not going to do this, X, Y, and Z. He's not just a basketball player. He does have a mind of his own. And for y'all sitting there saying that he don't is a little weird. A little weird to say that, this grown man doesn't have any means of saying, hey, coach, I'm not feeling well. Let me just park it on the bench again for another day. But no, we got all these people out here talking, they talk, saying all this baloney nonsense about this, that, and the other. You know what? Y'all can go just sit on an egg. Yeah, I said it. Sit on an egg. Because the guy is doing what he can do to help his team win. He wants a ring. Bump the MVP award. Bump that um uh winning streak. I mean, not the winning streak, but the 30-point streak. I mean, he is trying to get out there to win. And that last game, it was heartbreaking to watch, honestly. It was absolutely heartbreaking to see somebody as good as him do what he had to go through. Like him trying to get out there he had what, 13, 14 points in the fourth quarter. I mean, Joel Embiid scores at least 27 and a half at times. So you could tell that it just was not him himself. He wasn't 100%. He probably was like at 42%. But to be out there to draw the attention and this, that, and the other, then you got Jonathan Kuminga trying to get the basketball. You're already up by 20. Like, I don't understand why he was diving for the ball like that and landed on Joel's knee. And no whistle was called. None of that was called. Joel Embiid's already on the ground. If a player jumped on top of him to get the ball, even though there's no possession, that's supposed to be a foul. How are you protecting the players? How are you protecting shooters by letting people run up into them? How are you protecting any player on the court if you're letting them get shoved out the way? Like the Warriors shoved the Sixers players out of the way on several different occasions, and they didn't get called for any of it. But then the moment Tobias Harris wants to, body somebody and put him into the hardwood, then they get called. Oh, okay, so you're being very inconsistent. Yeah, I know the last podcast we talked about the refs, foul on the ref, and it is a foul on the ref. It is definitely a foul on the ref, and they need to change that up. But back to Joel Embiid. Don't get mad at this man for trying to win. He's trying to do it for the city. He's trying to do it for his teammates. And I don't know what's gonna go on. I don't know what's gonna happen with um with him going forward. I'm not sure if he's gonna be out until the playoffs or what, but if he is, then he just is. If we get the fifth, the sixth place, then it is what it is. I hope we don't drop no further than the sixth place. That would be tragic. I mean, because then that would have, we have to be in the play-in tournament, and that would be tragic if we don't have him on the porch. So let's see these standings. Right now, Boston is the best team in the league, I believe. Yeah, they're the best team in the league. Um, and they are at 37 and 11. The Bucks, the Knicks, the Cavaliers, then it's the Sixers. Indiana's only 3 games behind us, and we're on a 4-game losing streak. 4 games. They got to figure it out. If Nick Nurse is this coach that everybody says that he's a championship coach, then he is going to have to figure it out, and he's going to have to figure it out fast. The trade deadline is in a week. Figure it out fast. Something is going to have to change. And honestly, at the beginning of the season, I said that we didn't really need no superstars. We didn't need these headliners to be coming to Philly to play alongside him because we had Tyrese Maxey. We also had Tobias Harris, which has become a very, very prominent player on our team. We would never even been nowhere near um, close to winning that game in San Francisco if we did not have Tobias Harris. You've seen how the other three games went. Without Tobias Harris, we were trash. Nobody could step up. There's no Tyrese Maxey. There's no Joel Embiid. There's no Tobias Harris in those three games. Nicholas Batum tried his best. Kelly Oubre Jr. tried his best. But honestly, there was nobody to take the lead, nobody to take the reins. Patrick Beverly tried. I mean, shoot, Paul Reed had 30 some points. They trying, but something else has to happen. So, like I said, honestly, at the beginning of the season, I think besides a role player or other than the role players that we need, which we got in Robert Covington, Nicholas Batum, KJ, Marcus Morris, we needed a big man. We need somebody to be able to take significant amount of minutes and when Joel Embiid needs to sit down. And Paul Reed is doing his best. Mobamba, he's doing what he can. We need somebody else out there. So I think there needs to be a Andre Drummond out there. I think there needs to be a Nasir out there. Like we need somebody that's gonna protect that rim. You know, everybody else we got scorers on our squad, but we need somebody to protect the rim. Basically, our whole starting lineup is out. Tobias Harris came back last game, so we're down several people and some role players that we need desperately. So Kelly Oubre, if you listen to this podcast, I need you to step up tonight against the Utah Jazz. Show up and show out. Hopefully you're playing tonight, but show up and show out. Seriously. The Knicks are on a 8-game win streak. The Cavaliers are on a 2-game win streak. The Boston Celtics are on a 2-game win streak. I mean, they could pretty much um, keep that third and fourth spot if we don't change up something really fast. We're only half a game back behind Cavaliers, a game behind the New York Knicks. So this next what? Let's see, we got like what 2.5, 3 weeks left before the All-Star break. Something needs to change. We need something to change, or else we're gonna be sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, we're out of the first round, the second round again. Another year, another year. And nobody wants to go through that. Nobody wants to go through that. Not one person that is a real true Sixers fan wants to see us go another year put out in the second round. But that's what's going to happen if they don't make some changes. So, Nick Nurse, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You have the trade deadline in a week. You got to do something. We got to face Utah tonight. And then after Utah, guess where we're going? It's going to be pretty much of a battle that nobody is prepared for. We go home to play Brooklyn. I mean, they're not no team you could just be like, oh, we can get by them. Any NBA team can be handled for sure. We got to play Dallas on Monday. Come on now, like going against Luca, and we're hobbling. Then we get on next Wednesday we get the Golden State Warriors in Philly. Kobe, Be cool. I know. Even Kobe's upset about it. He is upset about it. And let's see, we got um the Atlanta Hawks on Friday, which you need out there, that stuff. And then we play the Wizards in a back-to-back game on Saturday. And we're in Washington. Look, Kobe don't even like it. Kobe is so unhappy about this schedule. He's so unhappy that these things are going on. After that, our schedule doesn't get any better. We play Cavaliers that are right above us. They win this game, they're gonna be a whole um, game and a half ahead of us. Then on Wednesday, we play the Miami Heat. These games are going to be some rough and tumble games. They're not gonna make it easy for us. So our last game is on Wednesday, the 14th, against the Miami Heat. So we got 2 weeks to figure out what's gonna go down. And I don't think Joel Embiid is gonna play in any one of those games, honestly. So you got a week until the trade deadline. You got 2 weeks worth of prepping and playing, and then you get a week off for the All-Star game, which I doubt that Joel Embiid be in that as well. So keep on talking that talk, but let's be realistic. If you're a fan, be fan by all means. I'm not trying to say that your fandom is revoked, but do better as a fan. How about that? Do better as a fan. Be better as a fan. Cheer on your team. You know, you got some YouTubers and podcasters that are like, they knew better, da da da, all this rant. What you getting upset about what's going on? Getting them help anything? Nothing. You ain't got no pull. You ain't got no pull. If it's fan based, then it's fan based. If you're doing it for the dramatic side of it, then fine, that's fine too. But when you start talking about the man's integrity, then that's where I gotta draw the line. I mean, Pat Beverly said it best. He said Joel Embiid has the ability to be one of the greatest players to ever play this game. And I believe it. And I do believe he has another level to go up. Yeah, Kobe agrees with me too. So you hear to hear, guys. Let's keep cheering this team on. Let's continue to be great fans and send good vibes out there. I mean, there's been sicknesses and illnesses going around in out there in the facility because everybody keeps getting sick. And then these injuries, he's played with these injuries. We need our full roster. We need our full roster back. And Kobe, that's enough. You want to go to your box? He wants to go to his box. Okay, so I settled Kobe down. So I just want to say shout out to uh, everybody out there that is being positive and isn't talking crap about the medical staff and all that and this and the other. He's a grown man. If he didn't feel like playing, he wouldn't have played. So get off of it. Stop tearing stuff down. Build up. Send out some good vibes out there. Go get a crumble cookie and relax your mind. Kobe. And that's all I gotta say about that. That is what I wanted to say. And chill out with the chill out. So, the next subject I wanted to talk about was the reserves. I think tonight the reserves are going to be announced. Um, I do believe Tyrese Maxey should be on that roster. He deserves that for sure. That's why Tobias Harris deserves it. I know you're gonna be like, come on, you tripping. This is my opinionated voice, and I'm using it. And I said Tobias Harris should be on the reserve. Okay. The last time we seen multiple players on a team being an all-star was the Pistons, the championship Pistons with Billups and Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace and Rip Hamilton. Yeah, and Tyshawn Prince. Yeah, but anyway, so Philly could do that too. I mean, what else I want to tell you guys? Um, let's see. Why don't we touch base on? So keep listening to these podcasts. We are doing some innovative, new age speaking for the generation, for the future, baby, the future. So shout out to MJ, shout out to Neil Classic. We're gonna keep on these random noises, return jerseys, driving it home, opinionated voice podcast. We're just a small podcast trying to get in where we fit in, and not trying to pay attention to that mainstream media narrative. Everybody want to talk about the uh the days, the 65 days, the 65 games you got to play in order to be MVP. Like, I'm gonna let mainstream media talk about that stuff because all it is about the bread. I get the fans want to see the main marquee players play. I get that. But if they're injured, what can you do? What can you do if they're injured? There's nothing that you could do. Absolutely nothing you could do. So what? Take that accolade away from them because of no fault of their own. But for 63 games, they played their heart out and they got injured. They can't win the MVP, can't win the defensive player of the game of the year. Like, whatever, bro. That's all I gotta say about that. Y'all be good. I'll talk to y'all soon.